I'll deal with it.
Take pictures.
What?
Touch me and I will smear the walls with you, bitch!
Enough! Stand down, both of you.
The cheerleader won't admit what Cerberus did to me was wrong.
It wasn't Cerberus. Not really. But clearly you were a mistake.
Ooh, then there's fighting words.
You've got no idea what they put me through. Maybe it's time I showed you.
Okay, so, you know, just casually come on back onto the ship, and immediately upon doing so, these two are getting into a pretty heated fight. And, as it turns out, this is actually one of the most difficult either Paragon or Renegade checks in the entire game. Fortunately, we've been going with a pretty committed Paragon playthrough here, so we are primed ready to go to use this Paragon check to hopefully de-escalate things a bit here. But afterward, I'll talk a little bit more about the specifics of that.
Our mission is too important to let personal feelings get in the way.
Fuck your feelings. I just want her dead.
You both know what we're up against. Save your anger for the collectors.
I can put aside my differences until the mission's over.
Sure, I'll do my part. I'd hate to see her die before I get a chance to fillet her myself.
You two gonna be okay?
It's a good thing you came by when you did. As long as she does her job, we'll be fine. Thanks, Shepard.
Alright, so we get a lot of Paragon points for that. Then we'll just get the little updates from having finished Miranda's loyalty mission. And that is not a coincidence that we ran into that confrontation right then and there. So, to talk a little bit more about the behind the scenes of what determines when that happens, basically, well, that part is quite simple. Once you are done with both Miranda and Jack's loyalty missions, immediately thereafterward, you'll be transported straight to the Normandy, and Joker will give you that message, hey, these two are in a pretty heated fight, you should probably go check it out and take pictures. No, try to find a way to resolve things, and like I said, one of the most difficult checks in the game for Paragon or Renegade, and most importantly, if you cannot make that check, you will actually lose the loyalty of one of those teammates, depending on, you basically need to side with someone, either Miranda or Jack, and you'll lose the loyalty of one of them. That means that if you, well, obviously, you lose loyalty from having done the loyalty mission. If you had started a romance with either of them, it will now become impossible for you to romance the person who you did not side with, you know, they'll hold it against you. There is still a chance to subsequently earn that loyalty back. No, you don't do another loyalty mission, but you'll talk to them separately, and you'll do a different conversation with them in which you'll have another, I think, slightly easier, either Paragon or Renegade check, and that can win back the loyalty. But if you aren't careful and you have not been loading up on your Paragon or Renegade points, then you might permanently lose loyalty from one of your key teammates there. So it is something that, for that reason, you want to be a little bit mindful of when you finish doing both Miranda and Jack's loyalty missions. But anyways, with that being said, fortunately, we did pass the Paragon point check, so we were able to charm our way out of it. So both of them are fine. They both should still have their loyalty. Let's talk to Miranda, of course, after having just finished her loyalty mission. She might have more to say to us about that.
Thanks again, Shepard. Taking the time to help me with my sister. I couldn't have reached Oriana in time without your help. I'm glad Niket tried to redeem himself, for what good it did. Thank you for stopping me, Commander.
See, you know, I know at the time it felt like it was necessary, it felt like it was the right thing to do to shoot him in the face, but it's not the best solution. What about, yeah, you liked him. I mean, I got the feeling that's kind of true, but what about Oriana? I feel like that's, first and foremost, the most important part of all this.
Are you happy about your sister's relocation?
She has what I wanted her to have. A normal life, and the freedom to choose her own path. And she knows she has an older sister. A friend.
Oh, that's lovely. Will you stay in touch?
Are you gonna talk to her again?
I honestly don't know. For once, I haven't planned that far ahead. I'll deal with it after our mission. I have to stay focused, and she needs time to adjust to her new home.
Okay. I mean, we didn't get the chance to hear your conversation. I mean, at the end of the day, that is really private between you and your sister, but, I mean, if you want to tell us.
You never told me what you talked about.
I introduced myself. Her family was shocked. She adjusted quickly, of course. She's as smart as I am. She plays the violin, loves the adagio movement of Nielsen's Fifth, just like I do.
Oh.
She wants to work in colony development. Told a joke about it. She's really funny. Something we don't share.
Oh, okay. At least you got the self-awareness to admit that. I mean, yeah, that's maybe not something that you are, terribly keen on doing, cracking jokes, Miranda. But anyways, it's nice to see you smile. It does seem as though this is the happiest we've ever seen you before.
It's funny, I think of you as all business. Good to see that there's a person under there.
Oh, there.
The mission's too important to let personal feelings interfere. But thank you, Commander. My sister is safe again thanks in large part to you. I won't forget that.
Alright, we get a few more Paragon points out of that conversation, and good to hear that Miranda is in better spirits after having successfully saved her sister there. Anything else we can chat with you about?
What can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
Fair enough. Let's see. I mean, these are conversation topics that we have not had the chance to talk to her about for quite some time, because she was the second person that we got the option to do her loyalty mission for, and that meant that there was a very long time in which that was all she wanted to talk to us about. But I think we talked to her about all these things earlier on.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
Alright, so that's the latest from Miranda. Let's see, though, if anyone else has anything new to say to us. Since, of course, we were teleported straight down to the crew deck, Miranda's floor. I think we've determined that Samara may have little to nothing new to say to us, so I think we're fine there. Crew quarters, just random crewmates here. Don't really expect to hear much from you guys. But, thrilling conversation you guys are having. Carry on, don't mind us. We do have life support, which is the place where we, after having acquired Thane, have seen him take up shop. Maybe check in with Kasumi, see if she has anything to say about this stuff. There we are, indeed.
My heart goes out to Miranda and her sister. That's a rough situation.
It is.
Good thing you broke up that catfight between Jack and Miranda. I was afraid they'd tear a hole in the hull. One of the girls in navigation thinks she might be pregnant. Even aboard a Cerberus vessel, life finds a way.
Alright, well, I think we've heard that one from Kasumi before, so I think we're good there. Why don't we check in with Thane? Because, of course, he is the most recent addition to the team, so we haven't had much time to talk to him.
Shepard.
Hello. Apparently something is the matter.
Is there something wrong?
Yes. Now that you are here, though, it seems more difficult to talk about.
Yeah, I imagine that if we were upstairs, which of course we weren't because we got teleported straight down here, then Kelly would have told us that Thane would like to speak to us. Because it does seem as if, as Thane is saying here, something is on his mind. Is it your illness?
Are you feeling sick? I could get the doctor.
No. Though I suppose that is a part of it. My mortality has me dwelling on things. I had a family once. I still have a son. His name is Kolyat. I haven't seen him for a very long time.
Okay. Yeah, you did use that in the past tense. I did notice that. Had a family, as if you do not currently have a family anymore.
Did something happen to them?
I abandoned them.
Oh.
Not all at once. Nothing dramatic, no sneaking out in the middle of the night, no final argument or slammed door. I just did my job. I hunted and killed across the galaxy. Away on business, my wife would tell people. I was always away on business.
Okay. And when was the last time you met with your family, or specifically your son?
How long has it been since you talked?
10 years.
That is
He
a
showed
long
me some of his
time.
Schoolwork and asked if we could dance crazy. We did that when he was younger.
Dance crazy?
What sort of dance is that?
It's I checked my extranet contacts. I expect an update on my next target. The console plays music, old, unfashionable. Kolyat jumps into the room. My father runs around in circles. I scoop him up, toss him into the air. He shrieks, laughs, spin me. The console beeps. I put him down. Click the message. Father, he pleads. He tugs my sleeve. I need to read this, I say. I don't look at him.
Oh. Okay. That was something.
You never mentioned this before. Why now?
When my wife departed from her body, I attended to that issue. I left Kolyat in the care of his aunts and uncles. I have not seen him or talked to him since.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're saying his mother died, and then you did not choose to be the person to take responsibility as his guardian for whatever reason? And why was that?
That's not the choice I expected. Why didn't you raise him yourself?
My body is blessed with the skills to take life. The Hanar honed them in me. I have few others. I didn't want that life for Kolyat. I hoped he would find his own way. If he hated me, so be it. He would not have shared the path of sin. I used my contacts to trace Kolyat. He has become disconnected. He does what his body wills.
What? What does that mean?
You'll have to explain that one to me.
Disconnected. The body is not our true self. The soul is. Body and soul work as one in a whole person. When the soul is weakened by despair or fear, when the body is ill or injured, the individual is disconnected, no longer whole.
Okay. In that case, why is Kolyat disconnected?
What's wrong with him? Is he hurt?
Something happened that should not have. He knows where I've been, what I've done. I don't know his reasons, but he has gone to the Citadel. He's taken a job as a hitman. I would like your help to stop him. This is not a path he should walk.
Okay. Phew. I mean, a hitman is basically your job, Thane.
You don't hire a raw rookie for a contract killing.
I'm afraid someone may have seen we share a name and assumed we share skills. I don't know why he would accept the task.
Maybe it sounds like you were saying that he found out that that's what you do, and maybe he's trying to emulate his father?
To be closer to you, maybe?
That thought haunts me more than any other.
Ooh, okay. I mean, there's a chance he just asked for that type of job.
Maybe he name-dropped you to get hired.
It's possible, but I don't think so. It doesn't seem right. My name. He should not respect it.
Okay. Alright, why us to help you?
Thane, I don't have your contacts and I don't have your tracking skills. Why do you need my help for this?
I don't need your help. I want it. The last time I saw my son, they wrapped her body in sea vines, weighted it with stones. He tries to pull from me, calls for her. The Hanar lift her off the platform. They sing like bells. The fire has gone to be kindled anew. He begs them not to take her away. They let her body slide into the water. He hits me. Don't let them. Stop them. Why weren't you? Rains. It always rains on Kajay. Warm water pours down his face.
Ooh. Okay. Looks like, dramatic experience, perhaps. A little bit of a flashback. Sorry about that. What's up, Buck Rogers? Yeah, I mean, Thane, at least in my first Mass Effect 2 playthrough, my favorite character on the entire squad. So, getting the chance to talk to him more is a pleasure, for sure. And it's absolutely dark past.
I didn't mean to make you relive that.
Perfect memory. It is sometimes a burden.
And yes, although we haven't had the chance to talk to Thane much, we'll learn more about this whole perfect memory thing. Let's just say that, no, he is not just saying that as a passing thought. No, that is quite literally true. As for the Citadel, I mean, that's where Thane was saying that is the location of this potential hit.
What made him go to the Citadel?
Years ago, I prepared a package for him. A relic of my ill-spent life. I had Volus bankers store it, and arranged for delivery when I died. He acquired it early. I don't really know how. I did wet work on the Citadel around the time his mother died. That may be why he went there.
Okay. Well, it sounds like, from what Thane is saying, we need to find a way to stop his son from taking this contract and getting pulled into this life that Thane currently leads, but very much does not want his son to go down. That of an assassin.
I'll get us to the Citadel as soon as possible.
Thank you, Shepard. I'll be meditating until you need me.
Okay, so as you can probably imagine, based on that conversation, we'll get a few Paragon points, but more so, I mean, that is Thane's loyalty mission, Thane Sins of the Father. Thane has revealed that his estranged son, Koliath, has taken a contract on the Citadel as a hitman. Thane needs to find his son and stop him from making the same mistakes Thane made so long ago. Travel to the Citadel and search for someone who knows about Thane's son. Okay, so add that to the list of loyalty missions that we will be looking to do. And it is on the Citadel, and so is Garrus's, so in theory, we could perhaps knock both those out more or less together. So that's definitely an option. But let's head back up here. Well, actually, maybe we'll just see if Thane has anything else to say to us at the moment.
Shepard, is there time to visit the Citadel yet?
And we can ask for a reminder, but of course we just heard, so
I shall return to my meditations.
we'll be fine for now. Yeah, let's see. So, other than that, we've chatted with almost everyone down here that I think we do want to chat with. Perhaps we go a step further down and see, after that confrontation, if Jack has anything to reflect upon. Because, of course, well, we were successful in talking Jack and Miranda out of that fight, but doesn't mean that Jack is pleased about it. We should still have her loyalty, yes, but let's see if she has anything to say.
Hey,
Talk to me, Jack.
why? I'm not interested in some dumb shit love affair. Never goes right.
Okay, and, well, we saw or heard about this before, that there's, of course, the potential to pursue a relationship with Jack, but that's not really what we're looking to do here.
Let's forget it.
Good idea.
So we'll forget it. And it seems as though there isn't anything directly in response to that confrontation with Miranda. Anything from these two? Callie, I think, will just be asking us about her loyalty
Whenever we
mission.
have time, I've gotten the migrant fleet's location.
Yeah.
I'll get back
Nothing
to
new from you?
Tony.
Talk to you later.
Okay. I think in that case, well, we could actually, it's possible we might have something new from either Grunt or Zaid. Do a quick check with them. Oh, we should have, I guess we can't check in with Joker before running around other places because, well, we got teleported down to the crew level. So there is a certainly decent chance that Joker will not have anything specific to say in response to the mission we just did.
Shepard, I was just waxing goddamn nostalgic. Trying to remember, what was his name? Solarian infiltration specialist, 100-story man. Guy could disable a station security with a few taps on an Omni tool. He went to work with Eclipse a few years back. Had to kill him for a job. Your Morden Solus kind of reminds me of him.
Oh, please don't kill Morden. We kind of need him.
Nice ship you got here. Roomy. Last ship I worked on, two men couldn't walk past each other in the hall unless they were really good friends.
Alright then.
I should let you go. Talk more later, Shepard.
So that's Zaid. Let's check in with Grunt, and then we'll head back on up, I think, after that.
Shepard,
Can we
Just
chat?
checking in. How you doing?
I'm branching out. Got a list of enemies now. They all give
Good
me joy
for you?
when I picture cutting them, crushing them.
Oh.
There's this one imprint, a Solarian with the, what are they, the things on his head pulled apart. Bet it caused a generation of revenge. What is that, a few weeks for them?
Whew.
What did you want?
I mean, he's not wrong about the short Solarian lifespan. Krogan actually do have a really long lifespan as well. Krogan can live up to 1,000 years, or close to it, and Solarian's more on the order of 40. So, was he exaggerating? Yes, but you know, he does have a point. He does have a point.
You know, I kind of thought connecting with your past would bring stability.
See, now we're having fun. Me remembering good deaths, and you with your funny human thing you're doing. My job is to hurt things. Direction, control, that's your job, Battlemaster. You're why I'm a soldier, not dead or crazed like an animal.
Okay.
Thank you, Shepard. You gave me purpose. Now let's find something big to kill.
Okay. Sure thing, Grunt. You know, does get increasingly concerning every time we talk to him, it seems. But he has apparently found his purpose. So, you know, there is that. Yeah, put Saeed and Grunt in the room and take bets. I don't know. I don't know who's walking out of that room.
How may I help you, Commander?
Anything we should know about, Kelly?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
Okay.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
No, never
I
mind.
better go.
Okay.
Okay,
Commander,
let's
you
check.
received a new message at your
Yes,
private
you
terminal.
just told us this, Kelly, but thank you. Of course, we did just finish Miranda's loyalty mission, so as we can see here, she is now loyal. That means we've unlocked the Slam ability, which we can take a look at a little bit later on, but I don't think it's one we're going to be focusing on too much. It is also, theoretically, a fairly strong ability at that, but she just has so many strong abilities that it's hard to do them all. Don't have enough points for that. Let's see, those are upgrades we've already gotten. We did, of course, get, I believe, a new one from Miranda's mission, so we may want to check our research terminal in just a minute. Unread messages, we have the Cyanad, thank you, from Captain Yisinmal Vas Indena. Commander Shepard, please accept my sincere appreciation for your efforts in locating the wreckage of the Cyanad. That ship has a storied history with both the Migrant Fleet and Cerberus, and we are pleased to know that her wreckage can be salvaged by my people. In finding and stabilizing Lieutenant Forzad, you have returned to the returned to the flotilla one of her newest and most honored heroes. Your efforts in furthering the Quarian search for a new homeworld will be remembered. So this was the Quarian that we helped, who was basically passed out on an abandoned planet by a crashed ship, and we got attacked by a swarm of Varen, fended them off long enough to protect that Quarian and get them back, and as they're saying, we successfully were able to get them back to the fleet, so that's good stuff. Then you changed my life from Jert. Greetings, Commander Shepard. The Archisoni gave me your contact information. I was one of the cleaning crew in the Dantius Towers. So that was, what, for Thane's recruitment? You helped me get out of there. Ah, one of the Solarians that we helped at very early on. According to Tassoni, you also found Thane. He took down some of the Eclipse mercs trying to gun us down, and I wondered if you could pass along my thanks. The way he moved. One was dead before they even knew he was there. He snapped another's neck, then shot a third, all in the space of a few heartbeats. It was incredible. He moved like a dancer, grace and power and constant motion. Seeing him changed my life, woke up something in me I don't know I fully understand yet. Don't know what I'm going to do, but Solarian lives are too short to waste as custodians, especially when there's so much else out there. I'm going to find something that lets me capture what I saw in him, that beauty, that aesthetic perfection. I'm also going to buy some nice clothes. Hey, good for you. Good for you. So if you could tell him that, or just whatever parts of that you think appropriate, I'd appreciate it. Sincerely, Jarrett. Again, one of the Solarians, specifically I believe the one that we rescued very early on in Thane's recruitment, when we used the Metagel to help stabilize him. That's the last of our messages. Let's see if Joker has anything to say in response to that most recent mission, Miranda's loyalty. It is possible that he doesn't, because as soon as you start moving around the ship, sometimes he forgets, and we, of course, got forced down into the lower level for Miranda and Jack's argument, so we shall see.
So, Commander, you figure Miranda would ever lighten up a bit and... I can't even finish saying it.
Okay, no, he does know what we just did. Okay, how are things going?
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now.
Yeah,
Fractured my
okay,
thumb on
for
the
this
mute, but I
bazillion
think I
times.
made my point.
Let's see. Anything to say about the squad?
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last, I would never say anything against Miranda and expect to survive the reprisal. I'm not saying anything about Jack. I'm not stupid. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
Okay. Let's see. Anything on the mission?
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade. And as for the crew, you'd have to ask a people person.
Okay, and more the
That's
same
it for
from
now.
them on that front.
See you, Commander.
Anything else we can talk to Edie about? It's been so long since we last chatted with her.
Yes, Shepard.
Don't remember. It's been so long. Don't remember what we last talked to her about, or if any of this might be new.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
I feel like we haven't seen these things. You and Joker?
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
Alright, so what exactly is your job, Edie?
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Elusive Man. I have also gained access to anti-Reaper cyber warfare algorithms recovered by Cerberus.
Cyber warfare? Anti-Reaper algorithms? What? Where'd you get
Reapers
those?
are millions of years more advanced than us. How can you affect them?
It appears that my design includes hardware recovered from the wreckage of Sovereign.
Oh.
These systems contain cyber warfare attack programs of considerable sophistication. I have allocated most of my processing power to analyzing them.
And if this thing starts claiming to be the vanguard of our destruction, you get a shotgun on the first lifeboat, okay?
I mean, yup. Well, actually, that's not a Sovereign line. That's a Harbinger line. I'm the vanguard of your destruction. So, I mean, despite Edie referring to Sovereign, Joker is referring to Harbinger. So that's a bit funny. But, yeah, about the cyber war. So that was the Reapers. What about the cyber warfare component?
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air.
Whoa.
I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On
Also,
the
whoa.
defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
Yeah, that does sound impressive.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances, or perform the necessary multitasking. This is a role that can only be filled by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspect.
Yeah, you are
Might
illegal.
have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization, just putting it out there.
Yeah, you know, Joker does have a point there. Let's see, so what are the monitoring devices?
The Elusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
He invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Don't feel great about that.
Discuss something else.
Ready.
Let's see, anything else we can talk to you about, though?
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Did we not ask about your name?
Why are you named Edie?
EDI is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
Okay, fair enough. Your location, as in, like, is there a specific place on the ship that you are installed into?
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
Okay. Okay. In case of AI, overload taking over the entire ship and trying to conquer the galaxy, like perhaps we've seen some AI attempt to do in the past, that's a good thing to know. Good thing to know. Alright.
Let's discuss something else.
That might be just about it. Was there anything else
know more
talking
about
about you?
Do you have a specific inquiry?
No.
Let's discuss
Not
something
about
else.
you in that case.
Ready.
Cerberus?
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember. There's a chance we asked about these things very early on. But if so, it was so long ago, I have no recollection of it at all.
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
A block?
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
Alright, if you say so. What about Cerberus's resources?
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Okay, what about the structure of Cerberus?
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the Elusive Man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
Okay. Seems like that's just about everything.
Ready.
Yeah, because then it's just about what's in this room, and I imagine we must have asked about that at the beginning. Okay, great. So I have to imagine now that we've talked about everything with Edie. Let's see, as for other people we'd like to chat with, we've not yet seen if Morden might have something new to say to us, and of course, we also have our research terminal over here. So let's use this, because we do now have our 5th and final submachine gun damage upgrade. 50% submachine gun damage at that, so let's definitely take it. Then, sniper headshot costs more platinum than we currently have. Okay. I don't think that's terribly urgent, because we, of course, don't have access to snipers, whereas our squad mates do, but, you know, to what extent are they regularly getting headshots? I'm not really sure. We did get the Metagel capacity upgrade from doing Miranda's loyalty mission just then, and I think this is definitely worth getting. We can afford it, so let's go for it. That's good stuff. Then these are all more so optional things to upgrade the Normandy, but we would like to get this heavy ship armor as soon as possible now that this is becoming a much higher priority. Takes a little more palladium. Okay, then prototypes, anything else here that we might want? Again, the question of retraining powers and advanced training and all that's not. Advanced training, I think we're fine with Reeve, but you know, do we drop the incendiary ammo? I think for now we're fine, but it is something to bear in mind that theoretically, if we find ourselves going into a party with a whole bunch of other people, or at least one other person who's using an ammo ability, then we might not really need it anymore. And now that we have done Jack's loyalty mission somewhat recently, that adds one more person to the list of people who can provide those ammo powers, so it's one more reason why we might not need incendiary ammo on Shepard.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Not at the moment. Think I've unlocked collector interest in humans. Wait, no. Only one heart. Krogan have 2. Scratch that.
Oh.
Anything else?
Okay. Let's see. Anything squad status-wise we can ask you about?
Are there any medical concerns I should be aware of on the team?
Cerberus personnel in excellent condition. No squad concerns to report. Always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate mission.
Okay.
I'll
Fair
let
enough.
you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
Great. Okay. So in that case, I think we are pretty good with all that stuff.
No messages for you, Commander.
Thank you, Kelly. Okay, so taking a quick look at our journal here, of course, we have just finished, wherever you are, Miranda, Prodigal. So, Prodigal? Prodigal. Miranda chose to speak to her sister despite fears that Oriana might be in danger if she learned about her real family. Oriana is now safely behind her father's reach. Beyond her father's reach. So, that's good stuff. So, that should mean that we are now all set with Miranda's loyalty mission, and that means the list of loyalty missions, I would say is growing smaller, although, of course, we did just learn about Thane's loyalty mission, so the list stays the same length for now, but you know what I mean. We do also have a couple of little side missions here. We picked up that lost locket just as we were about to head out from the loyalty mission You might recall, locket has been found. While working with Miranda to save her sister, it is likely of sentimental value only, but some Asari is likely looking for it. Find an Asari looking for a missing locket and deliver it to her. And this is, in theory, on Ilium, and we are, in theory, still at Ilium here. So why don't we make a point of doing that now? Okay, and I don't really think our plot is going to matter here. We did, of course, unlock a new appearance from Miranda. It's basically, a couple more appearances, in fact. So this is her starting one. Then we've got the black one, and then we've got this, a little bit bulkier armor set. Kind of like the black one. Maybe we'll try that. Then we take her. And then, I mean, it shouldn't really matter who we're taking if we're just walking around on Ilium, so, I mean, sure, we'll take Jacob just because it's been a while, and yeah, then we got the Cerberus combo, so we did level up after finishing that mission, which means we have 1 additional point, which is not very significant for Shepard. That means we could put 1 point in cryo ammo, but that is not even remotely of interest to us, and that means that I think the next thing we'd like to get would be to go for the next level of pull. That would, increase the duration by a couple more seconds? Miranda, so we did just unlock Slam by doing her loyalty mission, so let's at least take a look at it here. So Slam, at rank 1, biotically lifts the target and slams them to the ground, inflicting massive damage. So, recharge time of 9 seconds is, I think that might actually be a little bit fast for a squad power. Yeah, like Warp, for example, is 12 seconds, as is Overload, so it is a little bit faster than those abilities. So it lifts them up in the air for 0.9 seconds. That duration does increase as it levels up. So in that way, it is somewhat similar to Pull, in that it has some crowd control abilities and does technically prime people for something like the Lift plus Warp combo, or in this case, Slam plus Warp combo. The difference is, if you're lifting them for just 1.1, or actually initially 0.9 seconds, then there's very little time in which to pull off that combo, and of course, when Miranda uses Slam, then all of her abilities are on cooldown, so that means she can use Slam to set up one of those combos, but she's not going to be able to detonate her own combo with Warp. She's going to need someone else to do that for her, and Shepard doesn't have any abilities that can do that. We don't have Warp, so we would need to bring someone else who has Warp in order to make that happen, or Throw could also be a potential option, or Warp Ammo does extra damage to people who are affected by biotics that way, so that could be a reason to bring Jack. I think the best person for doing the Warp and or Throw stuff would be Thane. So, again, it's theoretically possible, but for the most part, I think when it comes to Miranda, we're going to be focusing primarily on just her using her Warp and Overload directly for taking out armor and barriers, or shields in this case, so she can basically handle anything, and then Slam just gives her a little bit more crowd control abilities, which was one thing that she didn't really have before, so it just makes her a little more well-rounded, and even with 1 point, it could at times be worth using this. So that's Miranda. Jacob, it's been a while since we last used you. I mean, sure, I guess we'll put a point into your passives, gives you some additional health and additional weapon damage, why not? And, like we were saying, Miranda and Shepard, nothing of interest right now. Miranda, I think we're going to want to wait until we can upgrade her last level of Overload. Weapons shouldn't matter here. So what we're looking for, we're trying to find an Asari who has a locket that she might be missing. And then also, when it comes to credits, I think we might just barely have enough to purchase that damage protection upgrade from Ilium that we were saying is probably our top priority in terms of the next things for us to acquire.
I lost it somewhere near the transport terminal. It can't be replaced. It's a token from my bondmate. It's only my child has to remember her father by. Please, if you find it... No, I understand.
I think this might be our Asari.
Pardon me, I'm dealing with damn Ilium travel bureaucracy.
We might be able to help.
Were you trying to get them to help you find this locket?
Oh, Stephen, thank you. Thank you so much. My daughter was young when he died, This is the only memento she has of him. Please accept this. It's much less than I would have had to pay the bureaucrats to authorize a search.
I mean, does that mean you can pay us more? Nah, no worries. Well, we get some Paragon points, we get some experience, we get a little bit of credits as well. So that's all good. So that should be that mission concluded there. Little side assignment, really. The lost locket that we found at the very end of Miranda's loyalty mission. As I was saying, there is at least one other little thing that I want to do while we're still here on Ilium. Why don't we head on through here, and I think we can just barely afford that upgrade we were saying we might want to pick up. And it looked like it was a very good one, so I'm keen on getting it. It's just back here. The one that for some reason eluded us for quite some time. So I think we had purchased several things here from Ilium, and then we had convinced ourselves that we got everything that we wanted to get, and then forgot that there was still something good.
Take another look at the contract. Maybe it needs to be reclassified. It's just
It should be here. And yes, we can get it. It's damage protection, squad bonus of plus 50% to shields, barriers, and armor. So before we pick it up, let's just take a look here. So we are on 375 barriers. Free upgrade. We purchased this. It's going to cost basically all of our credits, but I think it's worth it. And then, that's the 5th and final damage protection upgrade. Now, we are on 399. Almost 400, but not quite. Not quite there.
And Eclipse girls never lack for.
Alright. Oh, and let's take a quick look at Miranda's new outfit there. So that's the black Cerberus armor. Otherwise, looks very similar stylistically. It's basically just a color swap from white to black.
Trust me, the goods coming in from the
Alright, but I think that's all we're looking to do here. There technically is still a set of armor, I think from one of the shopkeepers out here in the first area. And we were saying if we have extra money lying around near the end of the game, might want to pick it up, but I think there's still, what? I think there's still 1 or 2 upgrades from Tuchanka that we've not yet been able to purchase. I think we said the Citadel is all set, but there might be something on Omega as well. I think there might be a sniper rifle damage upgrade on Omega that we were saying, yeah, you know, it's not the highest priority because we don't use sniper rifles, but wouldn't be a bad thing if we could afford it to at least bump up our teammates who do use snipers. So, you know, it'd be a nice to have, but not a need to have. But let's head back, because I think we are truly done here, at least for the moment. Okay, so let's head on back. Alright, and I think there might be 1, maybe even 2 things that I'd like for us to do on Omega. It's been a little while since we were last there, so why don't we head over? So, if we go back this way, we can travel there. Okay, and here we are. Because we have 1, if not potentially even 2 missions that might have updates here. Okay, so I don't think the team is going to matter too much here, but let's actually take our Cerberus combo. And I think as we were saying, don't really need to take the points on any of them. We're waiting to spend those, and then ammo shouldn't, or rather, a weapon shouldn't really matter here. We're just walking around Omega. But what I'd like to do here So I'd like to head back into Afterlife. And while we're here, let's see. We've got... We talked to Anto. And we did hear Anto's name mentioned, notably, in that package that we picked up on Ilium.
Do you know Solarian?
So do you know Ish?
I know of him.
See, the thing is, it appears as though he may be selling your secrets.
He's collecting information about you. Plans to sell it to the highest bidder.
I have no secrets.
This data says you do.
None at all. Take a look at this data.
What? Where did you get this? This is privileged information.
Yeah, so the information that we got had said something along the lines of that Anto was looking for additional work and perhaps suggested that that might threaten or, jeopardize the working system that he has down with Arya, where, if he's taking jobs from other people, then that could turn him into a bug for other people or a double agent of sorts, and so, yeah, that'd be bad for Arya.
This could hurt Arya, couldn't it?
It would be bad for me, yes, but Arya, no.
One of her lieutenants being involved in this shows a big flaw in her organization.
What do you want from me?
I think you just need to be a little bit careful here, buddy.
So you know, someone's gunning for you.
Someone usually is. I got this one. Thank you for the heads up.
That's kind of harsh, even if Ish does deserve it.
So, there are a few ways you can conclude that mission. In fact, let's see. Does that technically conclude it? I think it does. Let's see, does it still show up here? Yep, Omega packages for Ish. Anto, alerted to Ish's plans, left to go speak with the Solarian. No one else has seen Ish since. There are a few ways you can conclude this mission. So, they vary depending on how many of the packages you pick up, because there are 2 in total. One of them was on Ilium. That was one we picked up. There's also one on the Citadel. We did not yet get that. But we learned when we picked up the first one that this guy, Anto, was involved in all this, and that it gave this information saying that, like we were saying, he was considering taking other jobs, and that could jeopardize the operation that Arya is working on here. And so the thing is, you can get Paragon points if after getting 1, or I think it might work if you get 2 of them as well, if you at least get 1, and then go over to Anto and tell him, hey man, by the way, we know that you're taking other sources of business here. You should probably be careful. You get 5 Paragon points for that. Notably, however, I don't think we got any experience, nor did we get any credits. So that is the downside of going the route we went, so I basically prioritized the morality points instead. Alternatively, you can bring 1 or both of the packages to Ish. However, if you do so, you will get the credits, you will get the experience, but you will get either, depending on your dialogue choices, there's a chance you may be able to do it without any morality points at all. But if you, certainly, I think at least if you get both of the packages and turn them both into Ish, then you'll get renegade points for that. So I was not interested in doing it for that reason. And then, as you saw there are a few other little offshoots you can have as well. Rather than telling this guy to be careful, we have the option of basically telling him, hey, you should probably kill Ish. So you can probably guess that does not give you Paragon points. But yeah, so there are several ways in which you can conclude this one, and surprising number for what would seemingly be just a very minor quest. But that's one of the reasons why I just wanted to only pick up one of those packages, so we avoided potentially getting renegade points instead. So that is now concluded. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to head on over here, back to Omega, after we picked up that package. But the other thing is, we head downstairs. We might have a little bit more we can do here as well, if I can navigate the club well enough. Let's see. Let's talk to Forban here. Let's order a drink. I don't think we've done that with him yet. No words necessary. Gracias. Just casually drink that through our helmet. What is this? Whoa, hold on. That doesn't look good.
Only 4 months left until the entertainment event of the century.
Who's this guy?
Commander.
So what just happened?
What's going on here?
You ought to be all right. Just take her easy. Looks like you broke the first rule of Omega. Don't order a drink at Afterlife if you're human.
Afterlife hates humans? What? Sounds like we might have been poisoned?
Humans aren't welcome at Afterlife?
It's just that one Batarian bartender. He's got a stick up his ass about a bunch of Batarians that died a while back. No one does a thing about it, though. Humans ain't exactly held in high regard around here.
So, it does sound like we might have been poisoned in that case.
That bartender tried to poison me?
Tried is the word. As far as I know, you're the first human to survive it.
Oh.
Me and my friend Jake went there to celebrate our new shipping business. He got real drunk. And an hour later, he was puking blood.
Oh, yeah, I mean, so we have a helmet on, so I can't really tell if that's the case. Fortunately, not seeing any red splattered all over the place, so hopefully that's not happening to us. But, yeah, thanks for the advice.
Duly noted. Let's get back to work.
Be careful out there.
So, that does, in fact, give us a little quest to pursue there. Omega Batarian Bartender. A Batarian bartender is poisoning humans and has made a personal attack. Turn to the bartender and confront him. So yes, that is also something we can do here. We got a little bit of Paragon points as well. Let's see, hold on. We are currently outside of Omega after all that, or rather outside of the Afterlife after all that. Can we jump in this way? Just take us back to that floor. Or is this a different floor? Now that's him. That's the guy. The one that poisoned us. We got some talking to do.
Do I know you? No, humans all look the same. Here, have a drink on the house.
Well, one moment while we just incite the crowd real quick.
What do you think these people will do when they find out you're poisoning your customers?
Poisoning what now?
This has nothing to do with you.
Who's next? Turians? You don't like them either, right?
Answer the damn question, Forvan.
You want a piece of me? I'll leave your corpse for the porch.
Whoa, buddy. Thanks, bro.
Not taking any chances.
Okay. So we get some Paragon points, we get 40 experience from it. Relatively quick quest at that, but, well, Forvan is... I don't think that's him. I think his brains just got blasted onto the other side of the room, thanks to this guy who had our back, this random patron. But, gracias, because if not for that, I mean, that guy just pulled a gun on us very quickly, and I mean, I don't think we were ready. Don't think we were ready to handle that. So, that might have saved our life. And, of course, we nearly got poisoned to death as well. So, there you have it. The mission is done. The Batarian bartender who has been poisoning humans has been confronted and dealt with. That's one way to refer to it. Complete. Let's just not acknowledge the fact that we have, you know, seen him get absolutely eviscerated.